Hi everyone, it's Rene here from Revv Evolution. We're down here at the Singapore Motorshow, the fifth in its series that's been happening over the last couple of years. And we have the pleasure of having the President of the Motor Traders Association, as well as the Deputy Chairman and the Managing Director for Tan Chong International Limited, and also the Subaru Executive Director, Mr. Glenn Tan himself. Thank you, sir, for joining us and taking time on your busy day. So a couple of questions for you about the Singapore Motor Show. First of all, it is the fifth year running for the Singapore Motor Show, and every year it's always about producing a better event. What are some of the highlights which makes this year even better?
Well, of course, we have the usual celebrity appearances, the Russ Swift stunt show. Someone's going to win a Subaru Impreza car. We've also got great giveaways as a VR booth to try driving yourself. And of course, this year we've had a lot of interesting new hybrid electric vehicles. So this year is quite different. There's a lot of interesting things to see.
Okay, so coincidentally, that you mentioned about hybrid vehicles, I have a question on that as well. Okay, the next question is, can you give us your personal outlook on how you feel the motoring industry is going to perform this year in 2019?
Well, I think this year there's an expected shrinkage of the COE quota. But I think with many new kind of electric vehicles and many new technology type vehicles, I think people will start to gravitate towards these kind of technologies, autonomous vehicle, electric vehicle type. So it'll be quite interesting. The industry is going through a transformation, I feel, as technology now supersedes just the brand value.
I get you. Okay, and excellent. I mean, this basically kind of relates to your my first and second question as well. We tested the Forester e-Boxer. Oh man, I had a great time, of course. And I was personally impressed with its performance. How do you see the future of EVs and hybrids in Singapore this year?
Well, so like I said, I think as people are more environmentally conscious and more green, everyone is looking for technologies that save fuel, save the earth, and I think people start to realize the importance of having these alternative technologies in the vehicle besides just a regular internal combustion engine.
Right. I mean, it's all about basically, technology, the way it's moving. Everybody wants like a more bang for their buck. So I mean, you've been doing a great job, especially with the eyesight, which is one of the technologies in the car itself. So so another quick question, which you add as well, autonomous driving. What's your take on autonomous driving?
So I think autonomous driving, it will not be able to get to level 5 very easily. So I think the focus a lot of manufacturers are looking at is really autonomous driving to enhance safety as opposed to a convenience. So autonomous driving is mainly to prevent accidents, and like Subaru's eyesight technology or other brands all have their emergency braking, they call it pre-collision braking. So all these type of things would be the main priority to ensure that pedestrians and drivers and passengers are all safer.
Right, so it's more more of an aid rather than you relying 100% on all autonomous technology itself.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a challenge because of the different software in everybody's cars and different type of. There's no one common standard for autonomous vehicles, and it will be challenging to roll that out. Not like mobile phones, everyone uses GSM, so to communicate. So to communicate between vehicles, to communicate using the same type of sensors, and everybody's technology is proprietary. So I think it will be a challenge in the near term to get fully autonomous vehicles, because how would they communicate with non-autonomous vehicles? Yeah.
Okay, and once again, Glenn, thank you so much for taking time out, and it's really a pleasure, and really enjoyed the show, and looking forward to talking to you again real soon. And once again, it's Rene from Revv Evolution signing off right here at the Singapore Motor Show. Hi everyone, it's Rene here from Revv Evolution. We're here at the Audi booth, and we're with the Managing Director for Audi himself, Mr. Jeff Mannering. Thank you, sir, for taking time out.
Yeah, thank you.
We've heard Audi has done a really fantastic job in 2018, growth and everything else. You want to tell us a bit more about that?
Yeah, we did have a great year. It's the sixth consecutive record year for Audi here in Singapore, which is fantastic. Why did it happen? Because we've got some great products. We really focused on our customers, and we're focusing on the Audi experience.
Cool. Okay, a couple of questions for you as well. So you mentioned, okay, we already basically answered question number 1, so not a problem. So let's move on to question number 2. In terms of EVs, okay, it's one of my favorite topics. Revv personally thinks that EVs are the way forward, but pending Singapore's government's plans to speed things up, what is Audi's strategy for EVs in Singapore?
Well, this year, in 2019, we'll see Audi e-tron come. So we're going to launch the car. And I agree with you. I think electric cars are coming, and they're going to come very fast. So our strategy is, it's not going to be a huge amount of numbers at the beginning, but it's really important that that you get the car here at the right time. And it's important that the infrastructure is here to make sure you can handle the cars. So we've got a lot of concepts to go behind it. So it's going to be another Audi experience, which is going to be fantastic. So we'll have charging on demand, and it's our constant mobility concept. So if you need a charge, we'll do it for you.
Okay, let me sneak in another question. That since we're on the topic of EVs, and I know Audi's also strong in this area as well. Autonomous driving. You know, I mean, I've driven all the number of cars, and I really love the way of the autonomous experience. And what about autonomous driving?
It's another concept that I think every manufacturer in this hall is dabbling in.
Yeah, exactly.
It will come. It's got a long way to go. A lot of legislation, a lot of liability, a lot of laws have to be changed. The infrastructure for the roads and the traffic lights has to be changed as well. But it will come. Is it 5 years? Is it 10 years? I think the technology and the infrastructure and the government regulation will determine that. But the cars today have the technology in there. So it's just a matter of switching it on, redefining it, and making it integrate with the environment.
So I think, like you said, the biggest, one of the biggest kind of things that's holding back is regulations. I guess that's gonna kind of determine how the autonomous driving is going to be in overall in global in Singapore as well.
Yeah, true. Because the whole world is going to an urbanized environment, so you've got to build the cities to actually handle autonomous driving. And then the automotive manufacturers have to then redefine their strategy on how do you keep people mobile, and it will be in autonomously driven cars.
Last question for you, all right? What is in store and what can you share for Audi in 2019?
Well, this is a little sneak preview for you. I can just point to the car here. So the Q3 is here, and if I look to this side, the new A6, it's its first public appearance in Singapore. And there's a couple more that I can't tell you about. And I mentioned the e-tron, so that'll come later this year, maybe the fourth quarter. And there'll be a couple of smaller cars. So we're very excited, and we're in the biggest product offensive in our history. So we look forward to 2019.
Well, folks, you heard it from the man himself, Mr. Jeff Mannering, who's the MD of Audi. And thank you again, once again, Jeff, for taking time up for talking to us right here on Revv Evolution. Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.